Hi, I'm Chris Fox, and this is Northeast Tesla. Welcome to Tesla Solar, the good, the bad, and the ugly, Part 1. I'm hoping I can help you, and you can help me, by using my referral code, which I'm going to leave up for the duration of this video. If you were to make a purchase of Tesla solar panels, solar roof, Powerwalls, or an EV, you could use this referral code and get free supercharging, extended warranties, whatever is available for the referral program at that time. Also, by using that referral code, you help me gain credits towards things that I might want to purchase in the future. So you help me, and I help you. You can also help me by clicking on the subscribe button. Don't forget that like button. And hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when I post Tesla Solar, the good, the bad, and the ugly, Part 2. My Tesla journey actually didn't even start with Tesla. It started with my neighbors next door when they informed me that they were going to be putting solar panels on their roof about 4 years ago. I was intrigued about what they were doing. I watched the process, learned as much as I could, and over the years, I've been watching them enjoy their solar energy and the process they went through. Their system paid for itself in almost 3.5, almost 4 years. But now they're gaining that free energy every day. They've paid off the cost of the unit, and they're really, really happy. I wanted to do the next step. They did solar panels, but I knew that I was going to have to replace my vehicle at some point, and if I could tie the solar panels with the electric car, that was really going to work out well for me. So I started exploring solar panels, Powerwalls, and an EV. The combination of the three is really what got me really focused on Tesla. So when I was ready to start having a conversation with Tesla to investigate if this is really right for me, well, that's where things got interesting. Because Tesla was in the process of converting from a sales force that would come to your home to an online experience where you had to go to Tesla. You had to engage with them, and then they would contact you. So I followed those steps, and I was contacted by the person we're going to refer to as advisor number 1. When I started talking to my advisor, he was trying to explain to me how the new process of being online was actually more beneficial to the customer. It afforded Tesla the opportunity to provide even greater customer service. Well, I really wish that had been the case. But when I started talking to advisor number 1, well, they were still working out the kinks. Advisor number 1 was a well-intentioned individual. I don't think he was trying to pull the wool over my shoulders, and I certainly don't think he was trying to do anything improper. But a lot of the information he gave to me ended up being empty promises. Also, not everything he told me was completely factual. That was some of the challenges that Tesla was going through back in October 2018. So when he was trying to explain to me how Tesla stood behind its customer service and that they would do whatever it took to make sure I had a positive experience, he shared with me a link to a YouTuber's experience. In this video, the YouTuber explains how when Tesla showed up, his roof was in really bad shape, so it had to be replaced, and Tesla paid for the first half, the half that had the solar panels. Now, that piece of information was very important. I didn't ask advisor number 1 to send me that information. He sent me an email with that link touting all of the things that Tesla would do to satisfy its customers. And I greatly appreciated the information. I didn't think I'd ever have to act on it, and I just kind of put it aside and moved forward. So when advisor number 1 started to share information with me, I don't think he was trying to pull any shady salesman type things. I just think perhaps he didn't really grasp the training very well. I don't think he was trying to be inappropriate or untrustworthy. It's just he didn't seem to have all the facts really clear. He gave me a plan for my roof that had all of the solar panels on my upper and lower rear roofs, which is exactly what I was expecting. The cost, though, was pretty high, and I had to figure out what was best for me and my family. So I decided to put the brakes on our solar plan. That was I think it was 26, yeah, 26 solar panels and two power walls. I hit the brakes and decided I wanted to wait and see what else we could do or what the best timing would be for my family. So that's what we decided to do. We hit the brakes. As the months went on, my advisor number one would contact me from time to time asking if I was ready, had I changed my mind about waiting. And it wasn't annoying, but it was that gentle nudge, that reminder that this opportunity was there. But then something happened. I learned through the YouTube channels that I was watching and the news reports that I was reading that Tesla cut the price of the solar panels. Not once, twice. Twice they reduced the prices. So at that point in 2019, it was 41% lower than the price was when I first engaged them in October 2018. That was an opportunity I wanted to seize on. So I reached out to advisor number one saying, let's get this thing started. What would the price be today? Unfortunately, advisor number one was no longer with the company, and I think I know why. So I was now talking to advisor number two. Advisor number two, again, like advisor number one, was a nice guy who was really interested in helping me close the deal. So we started going through the process. Now, this online process is very dependent upon the homeowner providing a great deal of information. So I had to take photographs of my home, the electrical panel, the breaker on the panel, the individual breakers, the technical specs on the door, the other sub panel. I had to take pictures of the HVAC system, all of the mini split heads, all of the outside condensers, those tags that tell you all the information about those systems. I had to collect all of that information, take pictures of my garage, all around my garage, pictures of my basement, all around my basement. With taking all these pictures, the idea was it would provide them the insight of how my panel was set up, what the location was like, any challenges they may have, so that before they get to the home, they have an idea of what it's going to be like for them. Unfortunately, pictures don't tell the whole story. And one picture in particular that I didn't take, well, that was a big deal. You see, they use satellite imagery to zoom in on your roof and make a determination based on, I think, partly Google, partly their own software, on where the best houses are for solar, the best places on your home to place the panels, etc., etc. So in advisors number two, when he sent me his proposal of where the panels would go, his was vastly different than my expectations and the plan that was shared to me by advisor number one. This had 10 panels sitting on the front of my house on the street side, and then the 17 panels on the upper section of my back roof. So the upper roof, front and back, in his plan, had solar panels. That was not my plan. My plan was more in line with what advisor number one had said. I wanted to have the panels on the back upper roof and the back lower roof. That area gets the most sun. But the satellite photo, for whatever reason, showed that there were items on the back lower roof that would prevent the solar panels from being installed. I explained to my advisor number two that that was incorrect, that the things they were saying were on my roof were not on my roof. So I had to go out, get a ladder, climb up and take very specific photos of the back of my roof, the lower and the upper, to demonstrate that their satellite imagery was not showing them the whole truth. Well, after reviewing those pictures, they decided that it would be best to have their own analysis done by one of their own staff. That's when things get interesting. So I was contacted by the scheduling team. The Tesla scheduling team let me know that the Tesla employee who was going to do like an inspection of my house would be there for 4 to 5 hours and would need full access to the entire house. He would be outside, he'd be on the roof, he'd be in the garage, he would be in the basement, he'd be taking apart my panels, my electrical panels, and looking at every possible element that could be drawing power from my house, from the ovens to the HVAC system, you name it, he was going to be looking at it. So the big day came, he rang my doorbell, and there he was in the doorway. Black boots, black jeans, black Tesla t-shirt, and a black cowboy hat. This is not what I was expecting. So when he came in, he went through the entire house with a fine-tooth comb. And I was really happy with the way he treated my house. He was respectful to me, and he was respectful to my home. It was a great experience. He was well equipped. He had every piece of safety equipment you could imagine. Some of it was rather humorous. He actually has a cowboy hard hat. That's right, a cowboy hard hat. But when he was done, he captured enough data that helped Tesla make the decision that yes, I was right, my photos were right, and moving the solar panels from the front of my house to the rear of my house was actually a better choice. Matter of fact, the 10 panels that were supposed to be on the front of the house were replaced with only 7 panels in the back, and those 7 panels will produce more power than the 10 in the front. So now we've had the inspection, they have all the new data, everything is very clear about my home, the location of the panels, how everything's going to be set up. They came up with a final price, I agreed to it, and I signed the paperwork. So that wraps up Tesla Solar, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, bang that notification bell, and give us a big thumbs up. Thanks a lot, and have a great day. I'm Chris Fox, and this is Northeast Tesla.